Hey everyone, in today's video, I am getting the chance to check out the Eufy Smart Lock. This is the C220. All sorts of great features about this. You have 6 different ways to unlock this using either your fingerprint, the keypad, you can use the Eufy app, Alexa, Google Assistant, Bluetooth, and it even has a physical key that you can use to unlock this thing. Has up to 8-month battery life. All sorts of cool functions and features. I'm excited to check this out. Come along with me. Let's get into it. I like the packaging and I like the way they display the lock right inside the case. So you can see the keypad as well as the physical lock that will be on the outside of your door. Here's a closer look of the inside handle with the turn lock. Looks to be our installation plate. Eufy security sticker that you can stick on your window. Quick start guide. Comes with 2 physical keys, some screws for mounting hardware, as well as the deadbolt. Strike plate and 8 AA batteries. These are Anchor brand to install in the lock. Product's currently priced at $169, and I'm going to leave a link down in the video description if you want to check out where you can pick up this smart lock. Installation, you just need a Phillips screwdriver. Let's get to it. So let's remove the old deadbolt. So first step to installation, I'm going to install the deadbolt, and something to note is right here on the side it has the word top. Make sure that is facing upright, and we're going to slide that in through the side of the door. So next we're taking the exterior panel and I'm going to put that on the outside of the door. As I flip this around, you're going to see you've got a couple of things. One, you've got these cables. These are going to need to go through the door so that you can plug them into the interior panel. And then we've got our 2 screw holes that we're going to insert screws into that are going to hold this in place. So next we're going to install this inside mounting plate. There's 2 longer screws that came with the smart lock. These 2 holes that are on this plate need to line up with the holes on the front panel that you just installed. So next I've got the interior assembly, and on the inside is this area marked with red for the wiring. On the wires there's also a marking with red. You're going to match those up, and we're going to go ahead and wire this panel. So from this point we're going to install this inside panel. A couple of things to note. This deadbolt, you want to make sure that it's still retracted. You've got your deadbolt post here, which is flat, and that's going to line up with your turn knob that's going to be in the inside. So you're going to want to make sure that will also be flat. That's going to have your turn knob be straight up and down. The small black screws look like this. There's also a little rubber cover. This is going to go in that bottom screw being right here. You want to make sure that when you're putting this on, all those screw holes line up with the 3 screw holes that are on this plate. There's a little cavity in here where you can hide any of this extra wiring. So the inside part of this smart door lock has where it says Eufy Security, and if you just use your finger and push down a little bit and then pull up, this cover comes off, exposing where you're going to put the batteries as well as these screw holes. There's another screw hole down here. Let's go ahead and test our deadbolt. 2 shorter screws, which I'm going to insert into these holes for the deadbolt. And real quick, a big shout out to BHawks505, one of our latest viewers to find Tinker in one of our recent videos. Keep your eyes out in this video for Tinker. He's our little hidden robot that we hide in all the videos on this channel. If you are the first person to find Tinker, take note of the timestamp. That's the amount of time into this video when he pops up, and be the first person down in the comments section below to let me know the timestamp. If you're that first person, I will give you a shout out in one of my future videos, as well as put your name on our Tinker Forward Hall of Fame page. From this point, you would download the Eufy app. I already have the Eufy app because I have the security cameras, which I've done review videos on that will also be linked down in this video description. Very happy with those. You can check out those videos if you want. You would go ahead and either search for Eufy in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and then go ahead and download it. You'll have to sign up for a free account to start you off, and we're going to go ahead and open this up. So you can see my security cameras here in the Eufy app. Once you have everything registered and you've got an account created, you should get a screen like this. However, if you don't have the cameras, you won't have anything on this screen. But what's important is in the upper right corner, you're going to tap that plus sign. That's going to bring up add device. So we're going to go ahead and add a device. They've got all their different devices. We're going to scroll down until we see smart locks. Here's smart locks. So I'm going to tap on that. And we have the C220, which is part of all of this stuff up top here, so we're going to tap on that. From this point, if you have multiple homes, it would have you select which home you want. We're in Jeff's home, so we're going to go ahead and hit next. From this point, we have to scan that QR code. That QR code is located on the top of that smart lock that we just installed. After scanning that QR code, it brings me to this screen here, which is showing me how to install the lock. We've already done that. So I'm going to just verify I have finished the installation. I verified that the deadbolt retracts and extends fully. Everything's working good, so I'm going to tap next. From this point, we're going to long press the setup button until I hear a beep. I'm going to verify in the app by just tapping that I heard the beep. From this point, I need to allow Eufy access to Bluetooth, and I'm going to choose while using the app, allow Eufy to find, connect, and determine the relative position of nearby devices. We're going to allow that. So now it is connecting to the smart lock. From this point, it wants me to choose the Wi-Fi network to connect the smart lock to. Entering in the Wi-Fi password, now it's trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. And now it's giving me the options to name my lock. I've actually installed this on the side door, so I'm wondering if I can customize. Yeah, I can even put in side door. Please close the door and lock it, then calibrate the lock. You should complete the calibration inside to prevent the possibility of being locked outside. So I've closed and locked the door. I'm going to tap that, calibrate the lock. So after calibrating the lock, then it allows you to set up a passcode. So it can be anywhere from 4 to 8 digits. We're going to go ahead and enter that in. Last step, get ready to register your fingerprint. For best fingerprint unlock experience, we recommend using your thumb, index finger, or middle finger. As a last step, you can get ready to register your fingerprint. For best fingerprint unlock experience, they recommend that you use your thumb, index finger, or middle finger. So let's take a look at the keypad. From this point, I've got my fingerprint programmed. I'm going to go ahead and use my thumbprint. It's going to go ahead and lock and unlock with just using my fingerprint. You can add several different users to this, so I've added all my family members. The process to add the fingerprint goes pretty quick, takes like 30 seconds to a minute. You're just essentially pressing your thumb or whatever finger you want to the panel a bunch of times until it registers it. And then from that point, you can use your fingerprint. You can also give every user of the lock their own unique passcode. You do have to touch the panel once to wake it up, and then go ahead and enter in your passcode. Go ahead and hit the check mark. It's going to lock or unlock. Now every time this thing locks and unlocks, it's going to send a notification to whoever's got the app installed. I can also use the app to remotely lock and unlock the door. So I just want to show you using the Eufy app. Here's my side door that I've got programmed, and I've got remote capability here where if I just drag this down, it takes a second, but it's going to go ahead and unlock the door. It also lets me know that it's unlocked. I can go here and go ahead and pull it down again. It's going to go ahead and lock it. So you've got remote access from that. You can go ahead and manage access for any of your other users. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on myself, and here I can program in whatever name I want. I can change my passcode as well as add my fingerprint. Now right now there's one print that's on there. If I wanted to add a new print, down here it says add new print. You can have multiple fingerprints. Also in the app, I can go to events. It's going to show me the history of any time the door has been locked or unlocked, and it's going to tell me the user that has done that. Under the door lock, I can go to the gear icon in the upper right. This takes me into settings. There's all sorts of different things that you can customize. Auto lock, so I have that turned on, and with that turned on, you can go to schedule, and you can schedule whatever time you want. So right now it's scheduled from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. where the door is automatically going to lock itself. So if you are forgetting to lock the door at night, this is going to auto lock it for you. It's also got one touch locking. So with this turned on, you can lock it by just long pressing on the confirm button that's on the door. that's an easy way for just locking it. Also, some neat things, wrong try protection, which you can have on. You can set how many attempts, all the way up to 10 wrong attempts before it's going to do a lockdown time. So right now I have it set to 3 minutes after 5 attempts that are wrong, where essentially they're not going to be able to do anything to get in. After that 3 minutes, it'll open up again for them to have more attempts to unlock the door. There's also a nifty thing, scramble passcode. So with this turned on, you can unlock your door by entering some random numbers before or after your passcode, not more than 12. So if you're worried that somebody's going to see your passcode, that scramble passcode is kind of a neat feature. You also have the option here where if you don't want all the notifications, you can turn those off. You can also just be notified when it's locked or unlocked. And then if you want to share this device with somebody else, they're going to need to install the Eufy app, but friends or family, you can give them access by sharing this as well. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, take a second, smash that like button. You can also hit that subscribe button and you'll get notified every time I release weekly videos just like this on my channel. You can also unlock or lock the door using your voice if you've got Alexa or if you've got a Google-enabled device. Hey, lock side door.
Sure, requesting to lock the side door.
So you can see the battery level status under settings, and at least that'll give you a little bit of a heads up when your batteries are starting to get low. It may also make sense with this using AA batteries to buy some rechargeable batteries as opposed to just having to buy regular AA batteries over and over, saving you some money. But what happens if you run out of batteries and you are stuck outside and your lock is locked? I'm going to remove one of these batteries to simulate this. And from this point, if I'm tapping on the keypad, nothing's going to light up because there's no battery energy to power this thing. You'd have two options. So the unit came with 2 physical keys. You can go ahead and take the key, put it into the lock. You'd have to hide this somewhere outside your property or have this on you so that you could actually get into the lock. The other thing that is interesting is if you have a power bank and a USB-C cable, on the bottom of this unit is a little USB-C port. And I still have the physical battery removed from here, but I'm going to plug in my power bank. And from this point with my power bank plugged in, I can now tap on the unit here to wake it up, and I'm now getting emergency power for this lock from my power bank. I could now go ahead and use my thumbprint, and that's going to get me inside, and then I could go ahead and replace the batteries. So let me give you my final thoughts after using this lock. All sorts of great stuff. First off, installation very quick and easy. It took me probably about an hour to uninstall the previous deadbolt that I had and then install this one. Really all I needed was my Phillips screwdriver and a little bit of elbow grease, and installation was quick and easy. Setting up the app and getting things going, that takes a couple of minutes as well, but honestly adding your fingerprints, picking out your passcodes, all quick, very easy, and I've been very satisfied using all the different options to open as far as locking and unlocking the door. So you've got many different options available. Now with the batteries, the AA's, the fact that you need 8 of them, 8 AA batteries, time will tell how long they're gonna last. It says they'll last up to 8 months with just average use. We'll see. My recommendation is I'm probably going to pick up some rechargeable AA batteries and just recharge those guys back up so I don't have to keep buying AA batteries over and over. I wish they would have put some sort of a rechargeable battery option in this unit. I love the fact that you get all the notifications every time the door is opened or locked, and you can see specifically who it is. You know, my big thing is at night, I want to make sure my doors are locked. The fact that this is automatically going to lock itself at 11 p.m., all very convenient. So one thing with the installation, the motor that is on this unit is not super powerful. And when I was installing this, my strike plate wasn't lining up 100% with where the deadbolt was in the door. I was actually having to push the door forward just a little bit and then turning the lock to lock it. And when the deadbolt itself from the Eufy unit tried to lock it on its own, it would air out because it just doesn't have the same, say, arm strength I do when I was locking it. So when you are installing this thing, you have to make sure that your strike plate is lined up exactly with where this deadbolt is, so that when you're practice locking and unlocking it before you remotely try and do it, that deadbolt can glide smoothly. If it can't, you're going to need to make some adjustments, maybe with the positioning of that strike plate or where the lock is positioned in the door, because any resistance, and I can tell you that this auto locking feature is going to error out. Would I recommend this lock to you guys? I've been very impressed with it. Very convenient to just walk up to the thing, use my fingerprint to get access to letting me in, or just holding the button down to lock the unit, even being able to lock it remotely from my phone. So many great features, and I love incorporating that smart technology into my home. What are your thoughts? Do you guys have any questions on this thing? Let me know down in the comments section below. I've also reviewed other Eufy products like their security cameras. I've also been very impressed with those as well. If you want to find out more information, I will link to those videos down in the description section, or there'll be something popping up here at the end of this video. My name is Jeff, and I do appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.